Hey, man. Big fan. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, a psychopath wielding powers he has no right to possess, trying to pass himself off as a hero. Well, let me tell you something, kid. You're no hero.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, please support the channel by hitting the like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. Today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Armadillo Wave, Spider-Man No Way Home, Integrated Suit Spider-Man. Here we have Spider-Man in his integrated suit in the standard Marvel Legends packaging here. At the front, we have the logo for Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as this unique label that says Integrated Suit and Spider-Man. At the top, we have a nice image of the Spider logo for MCU Spider-Man. At the side, we have a nice artwork of Spider-Man in his integrated suit. Same on the other side. And at the back, there's a brief bio of the character. If you want to read that, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get Spider-Man out of the packaging. And here we have Spider-Man in his new integrated suit. We're just a few weeks away from the release of the movie, so we really don't know anything yet about this specific suit. It actually only appeared for the first time through some toys that were way ahead of the marketing for this movie. And it was actually only confirmed for the first time in the second trailer. However, based on the name and how it looks like here, it seems to be a combination of his Far From Home suit and his Iron Spider armor. But yeah, that's probably the only thing we know about it right now. Anyway, before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. So this Spider-Man figure doesn't really come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but he does come with two pairs of alternate hands. So we have this one pair of fisted hands and one pair of flipping hands. Again, Hasbro, please give us some wall-crawling hands for MCU Spideys. Anyway, looking closely at these fisted hands, these are sculpted nicely. I think these hands might have the same sculpt as these hands that came with the Zombie Hunter Spidey. I might be wrong, but the sculpt does look similar. If you do know, please let me know in the comments below. I do like the paint apps here as well. They look very clean. In particular, I like how flat the black hair looks. These flipping hands are done nicely as well. I think these ones are new pieces. Well, I'm just basing that on how straight these stretched out fingers look. The fingers on some previous flipping hands here always come out looking curved. So yeah, these ones might be new pieces. Nice red and black paint apps again, very clean. One thing that I do want to point out is that these hands don't seem to be very film accurate. Based on the new trailer that was just released, the gloves on the suit there look to be just the same as those in the Far From Home suit. It is highly possible that the suit in the trailer might not be the final edited version, I don't know. And if you haven't seen it before, we're getting the same glove design on the Hot Toys integrated suit. Anyway, I do hope that the actual design in the movie is similar with this figure that we got here. Otherwise, I think Hasbro might release another, more film accurate version of this figure, and that just means more money. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt of this figure, I do love what we're getting here. It doesn't seem like this head sculpt here is reused from a previous figure. If you compare it with the Far From Home head sculpt, the shape and size of the lenses are very much different. But yeah, this looks good. I'm loving the texturing that we're getting on his mask here. Paint apps look good as well. I do like this bright red that we're getting here. I also love that the black paint doesn't bleed over into the white. That's great. I will say that it is disappointing that we're not getting the web lines painted here again. Come on, Hasbro. Taking a closer look at the rest of the figure, I think this entire figure is a brand new piece. When I first saw this design, I actually really didn't like it. I thought that being the final film in Tom Holland's first MCU trilogy, that they'd go for the classic suit. However, after seeing the suit in action in the recent trailer, wow, I didn't actually think that I'd change my mind in an instant. The design here actually looks really good. And I think that's big coming from someone who's really against non-classic suit designs. But I will say that I do think this design here would have been better off as an MCU Iron Spider, Moving on, I love this huge gold spider symbol on the front. Man, the gold here looks so clean. The paint apps all over this figure look very well done. I really like the shade of red here that we got. And the black here. Well, not really black. I'm not really sure what the right term is for this color. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. But it does remind me of the really dirty dark blue on the Spider-Man suit from the original trilogy. We're also getting some nice texturing all over this figure here. And it's actually not just on the red, but also on the gold and the black portions of this figure. Wow. Looking at the back of the figure, we're getting another nice gold spider symbol again. Wow, that's great. I didn't really think that I'd love the sculpt and details, the design of this figure. The shoulders and arms are done nicely as well, but I think the shoulders look like they're made of a different kind of plastic. It does look glossier instead of the flat one that we got for the rest of the figure. Nice texturing here as well. We're also getting these amazing golden web shooters here, which you can actually remove, so you can consider them as extra accessories. It's actually very easy to lose these web shooters when you pop off the hands, so you have to be very careful not to lose them. I actually also do want to point out that the latest trailer doesn't actually show these web shooters. It looks like Spidey is using the same web shooter design as that Far From Home suit. The Hot Toys version also doesn't have the web shooters, so I'm not really sure about that. I think the overall design of this suit isn't really clear at the moment. But yeah, these do look great. Taking a look at the rest of the figure, yep. This figure really has a lot of details sculpted and lots of texturing as well. This figure uses pinless technology on the knees and the elbows. That's great. Overall, the paint apps and the sculpt of this figure are really excellent, really well done. Let's go over the articulation. So I think this figure here has the widest range of motion for a Marvel Legends MCU Spider-Man. Anyways, Spider-Man can look up that far. That looks great. And he can look down all the way as well. His head does rotate, and he's got this nice neck pivot here. He's got butterfly joints that allow him to move his shoulders back and forth. His arms bend upward that far, just a little below the 90-degree mark, and he can bend them down all the way as well. His shoulders do rotate 360. He has a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that bend in all the way. That looks great. His wrists do rotate and move up and down, so this articulation here is the same for his alternate hands. He has an ab crunch forward and backward as well. That looks great. He has a waist swivel. His legs can kick forward very far and not so much backwards. His hips do move outward very far. So I think this articulation here is the main difference from the previous MCU Spider-Man figures. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. His ankles do move up and down as well, and he also has ankle pivot. Now for some figure comparisons, here we have the integrated suit Spider-Man next to all of the other MCU Spider-Man figures that I currently have. We have the Stark suit from Spider-Man Homecoming, the Iron Spider armor from Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, the stealth suit and the upgraded suit from Spider-Man Far From Home, and the classic suit from the What If series. Even though I don't have the homemade suit Spider-Man, you can see the evolution of Spider-Man's suit in the MCU. Of all the suit designs here, I'd still choose the classic suit here from the What If series. That's my favorite. And if you want to try some head swaps, you can do that. You can try it. The Far From Home head sculpt does fit in on the peg on this integrated suit and vice versa. But yeah, it doesn't really look good because of the difference in the shade of red here. You can also try a head swap with the What If figure. So yeah, like with the Far From Home, it doesn't really look good because of the difference in the shade of red. And if you also have that Tom Holland head sculpt from this Iron Spider figure, man, it looks good, right? Right? For some reason, I actually think this Tom Holland head sculpt looks even better on this body, even more so than the actual masked head sculpt that it comes with. And here's the integrated suit Spider-Man next to some other figures from this wave that I currently have. So we have the Spider-Man Miles Morales and J. Jonah Jameson. If you haven't seen my reviews of these two figures, go check that out. So that's my review of the Spider-Man No Way Home integrated suit Spider-Man. I think this figure has excellent sculpt, spectacular paint apps, very well done. great articulation. So yeah, I love this figure. I really love it. I didn't think I'd say it, but yeah, I love it. This figure here, seeing this suit in action in the latest trailer really makes me excited for Spider-Man No Way Home. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, I bought this off a local toy store here in the Philippines called My Plastic Party. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you liked this video, hit that like button. And if you still haven't, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.